Okay, so this is going to be our review for Unit 2. Yes, we're done with this unit already. It's just ratios and unit rates. Now, the past few days we've been doing a lot of unit rate stuff that is more advanced than the things that are actually going to be tested on. And we're going to see that happen somewhere around question number 9 in our study guide. So, for starters, number 1. This says Emily read 24 fiction books and 2 nonfiction books, and asks what is the ratio of fiction to nonfiction books. So what we're going to need to do for this problem is we need to have the right order. So this is going to be the number of fiction books to the total number of books. So I said it wrong. So fiction, there were 24 books that she read that were fiction. And total number of books. The total is going to be those two amounts combined, nonfiction and fiction. And that's going to give me 24 plus 2 gives me 26. Now 24 to 26, that can be simplified. Those are both even numbers, so I can do 24 divided by 2 to get 12, and I can do 26 divided by 2 to get 13. So for number 1, the correct answer should have been 12 to 13. Moving on to number 2, the ratio of baseball bats to baseballs. So we've got baseball bats, we've got 3 of them, and baseballs, we have 4 of them. So 3 to 4, that cannot be simplified, so my answer is just 3 to 4. And that will happen. There will be some ratio problems that will simply be putting numbers in the right order, no extra tricks. For number 3, there are 15 boys and 13 girls in Mr. Garcia's class. What is the ratio of girls to boys? So, in this one, they switched up the order that we want to be working with. And we are going to have the number of girls coming first. So this 13 needs to actually be the first number. And for boys, the 15 needs to be the second number. So the number we wanted was 15, or 3 to 15. We do not want the 15 to come first. Okay? They changed the order on us when they made the problem. For number 4, it says what is the ratio of 6 to 26 expressed as a fraction in simplest form. So it tells us, here's the ratio, put it in a fraction and simplify. So 6 out of 26, those are both even numbers, so I can do 6 divided by 2 and 26 divided by 2. And that's going to give me 3. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And 26 divided by 2 was 13. And we get 3 to 13 for number 4. Alright, let's move on to number 5. So for number 5, it says at a school 2 out of every 5 students in the 6th grade are in band. And it asks which ratio represents the number of 6th graders that are not members of the band. We've got 2 out of 5 students are in the band. Well, so that means the total would be 5, and the number of students who are in the band is 2. Well, that must mean that every 3 people in the 6th grade is not in the band. So that would be 3 out of a total of 5 would not be in the band. So that's the one we wanted. Number 6, it's asking which statement about these circles is true. Okay, well, let's see. First of all, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 9 unshaded circles and 3 shaded circles. So this is the information we have going for us. There are 9 unshaded and 3 shaded. In number 6, it says for every 1 shaded circle, there are 2 unshaded. So they are saying that the ratio of 3 to 9 would simplify to 1 to 2. And we can see that's not true. 9 is not going to simplify down to 2. So A is out. For B, it says for every 1 shaded circle, there are 3 unshaded circles. So that is saying 3 to 9 will simplify to 1 to 3. And this is our answer, because we can take 3 to 9, or 3/9, and simplify that by dividing both 3 and 9 by 3. 3 divided by 3 gets 1, and 9 divided by 3 would be 3. So that does check out. That would be our answer. Let's move on to number 7, which is Ian went away for 6 days to space camp. His parents received 12 emails from him while he was away. What is the rate of Ian's emails each day at space camp? So, for this one, we have emails for each day. This is switching from ratios to unit rate, which we know is division. It even says, what is the rate? And then it tells us what order to divide things in. It tells us emails for each day. So this means I am taking the number of emails that he sent, and I am dividing it by the number of days, and that's going to give me my unit rate. So we have 12 emails divided by 6 days. That's going to give me that he sent 2 emails for every 1 day that he spent there. So the answer to number 7 would be 2 to 1, not 1 to 2. For number 8, it says Ava takes guitar lessons. The lessons are $90 each month, and she has 4 lessons per month. How much does each of her lessons cost? So we've done notes on unit price before as well, or we have talked about it, which is we are supposed to divide the amount of money, $90, by the units at stake, which are the lessons. So for number 8, we have to do 90 divided by 4. So we do have a calculator we can use. 90 divided by 4. And that's going to give me 22.5. And if we look at our answer choices, $22.50 is an answer choice for number 8. Alright, so number 9, it says Sarah is buying flour for her bake shop. The prices are 4 times the flour are listed. The four types of flour prices, are listed in the table below. And it asks which type of flour costs the least per pound. So, what it wants us to do here, let me move him. It wants us to figure out the price, or the unit price, for each of these types of flour, and figure out which one is giving us the best deal. Which means we have to do 4 different division problems for this one problem. We have to do $12.50 divided by 5 for the wheat flour, $24 divided by 8 for the rice flour, and $33.75 divided by 15 pounds for the corn flour, and then $55.20 divided by 24 pounds for the soy flour. Now that is a lot of work, but fortunately for us, we have a calculator again. So for this problem, we have $12.50 divided by, keep pushing the wrong button, divided by 5, and that's going to give me 2.5. So let's go ahead and write that down. Wheat flour, we got 2.5. Let's see what the cost is going to be for everything else. Rice flour is $24 divided by 8 pounds, and that gives me 3. So far, this one is actually the most expensive. 3 is more than 2.5, so it's definitely not going to be rice flour. Corn flour is $33.75 divided by 15 pounds. That gives me 2.25, which is less than the wheat flour, so wheat flour is out. And then we've got soy flour, which is going to be $55.20 divided by 24 pounds. And that gives me 2.3, or 2.30. So we can see, now that we've laid all of these out, that the price of corn flour is going to be the least per pound. So for number 9, we wanted corn flour. For number 10, it says a race car can complete 8 laps in 13 hours. At this rate, how many hours will it take for it to complete 1 lap? So, for this problem, it's asking how many hours will it take to complete one lap, which means we want to do the number of hours, 13, divided by the number of laps. So we're just going to set this up, 13 divided by 8, and I got 1.625. So that is going to be not an answer choice. Right, if you're watching this in the future, this problem won't even be on there, but that's because this problem had a typo. So number 10, it's not actually on the study guide. Oops. Your number 10 is actually going to say, an auto club drove a new hybrid car for 442.4 miles. They refilled the gas tank with 10.2 gallons of gas. How many miles per gallon did the hybrid car get? So for this problem, it says how many miles per gallon. So we are doing number of miles divided by the number of gallons. So let me pull up the calculator. We want 442.4 miles divided by 10.2 gallons. And that's going to give me, let's see, 43.37 blah, 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 blah. Let's look at the answer choices. 43.37, 43.37. That's going to be the answer choice we're going to go with. For number 12, this one says a car used 15 gallons of gasoline to be driven 315 miles. Based on this information, which expression should be used to determine the unit rate of miles per gallon? So again, here it is, miles per gallon. It's telling us which numbers to divide by which. So for number 12, we wanted to do the number of miles, 315, divided by the number of gallons, which was 15. So we just have to see which answer choice says 315 miles divided by 15 gallons. And it is going to be this one. Remember, unit rate, it always involves division. For number 13, another unit price. You'll notice there are quite a few of these. But this one, once again, it's asking for the lowest cost per can. So we are going to be doing the amount of money divided by number of cans for each of these and figuring out which one is the least. So for starters, we've got the 6-pack for $1.99 divided by 6 cans. And that is going to equal, that's 0.33 just about if we round down. So 0.33. Okay, let's check the next one. $3.99 divided by 12 cans. And that's going to be, well, once again, it's about the same, about 0.33. So these two are the same price. And then we go to the 24-pack, which is $5.99 divided by 24 cans. And that is going to equal much less at 0.2, but it's going to be 24, but the next number next to it is a 9. If the number you are rounding has a number next to it that is 5 or more, you are supposed to raise the score. You're supposed to make the number one number higher. So instead of writing 0.24, I'm going to write 0.25 because we have to round up. Let's go ahead and check, let's check the next number, which is going to be $9.99 divided by 36. That's going to give me 0.27, but the number next to it is 5 or more, so I'm going to raise that to 0.28. Not that it matters, we can see that the 24-pack, the 24-can pack, is actually going to be the cheapest by around 3 cents. So my answer is going to be the 24-pack. For number 14, it says a plane flew 592 miles in 4 hours. It flew at a constant speed, that's the assumption. At what speed did the plane fly? It didn't tell us what order to divide here. We can look at the answer choices. MPH, you guys see this all the time. Anytime you're in the car or on the bus, the mile per hour signs, the speed limit signs, miles per hour. That's what MPH says. So we are doing the number of miles divided by the number of hours. So for number 14, we're just going to take 592 miles and divide that by 4 hours to get 148 miles per hour. For number 15, it's asking which package has the lowest cost per pencil. So for this one, once again, we are simply going to take these numbers and start dividing them to see which one ends up being the better deal. So we have $3 divided by 5 pencils per pack. That gives me 0.6 or 0.60. All right. We've also got $4 divided by 10 cents, or 10 pencils. Don't know why I said cents. And that gives me 0.4 or 0.40. So that's 40 cents per pencil. We have $5 divided by 15 pencils. And that one is going to give me about 0.33. The 3 goes on forever, but we'll just round off here. And then we are left with the last one, which is $6 divided by 20 pencils per pack. And that one's going to give me 0.3 with an imaginary 0. So the best deal, the lowest cost per pencil, is going to be this one, the 20 pack of pencils for $6. You're spending more money, but let me put it this way. You could spend $3 to get 5 pencils, or you can spend $6, twice as much money, to get 4 times as many pencils. Clearly a much better deal. For number 16, Matt purchased a 12.5 ounce bag of cookies for $2.99. What is the approximate cost per ounce? Approximate here just means to round. You are not going to get an exact answer. You will need to round. So we are going to simply divide. Cost per ounce. We're dividing the amounts that it costs divided by the number of ounces. So $2.99 divided by 12.5 ounces gives me this number. Now obviously this is not an answer choice, but it's 0.239. Look here at the number next to where you want to round. Okay? That number is 5 or more. Therefore, we are going to raise this number by 1. Okay? Instead of 0.23, we make it 0.24, which is an answer choice right here. Alright? So we are going to clear that. And number 7, it says Kristen can type 160 words in 4 minutes. How many words per minute can she type? So this is number of words divided by the number of minutes. So that's going to be 160 words divided by 4 minutes. And we get 40. She can type 40 words per minute. For number 18, this one threw a lot of you for a loop, I'm guessing. It's asking what rate did the rain fall? Similar to that airplane question, it tells you which numbers to divide here in the question. Inch per hour. We are dividing the number of inches by the number of hours. A lot of you did it backwards. A lot of you probably went about this problem and you probably did 2.5 hours divided by 0.64 inches. And you would have gotten D, which is wrong. You were supposed to do the number of inches, 0.64, divided by the number of hours, 2.5 hours. And that would give you 0.256. Or, if we round up, because that is a 5 or more, we would get 0.26. That's what was happening with number 18. It's not automatically going to be the biggest number that you divide. Sometimes it will be the smaller number that gets divided. You need to make sure that you recognize how you know which number gets divided by which. Look for it asking something per something. For number 19, it switched back to ratios here. What is the ratio of cupcakes sold to cookies sold? So, cupcakes, there were 25 of them. To cookies, there were 50. So, cupcakes, 25, cookies, 50. Well, 25 to 50 is not an answer choice, so we would have to simplify. Now, 25 and 50 are both divisible by 5. So, 25 divided by 5, and 50 divided by 5. Now, some of you might have gotten here and been stumped a little bit, but you can simplify still. 5 and 10 can be divided by one more number, 5. You can do 5 divided by 5 and 10 divided by 5, and that would have given you 1 to 2. That's what number 19, or I guess in your case number 18, would have been asking you to do. Alright, so number 20, it says which ratio represents the number of blue sweaters to the total number of sweaters. So, blue sweaters, it looks like there are 3 of them. And then the total number of sweaters, we have to add all of them. Yes, including the blue sweaters. So, 3 plus 2, that's 5, plus 6 plus 4, that would be 15 total sweaters. Now, 3 to 15 is not an answer choice, so we have to keep going. 3 and 15 can be simplified. Both of those numbers are divisible by 3. We can do 3 divided by 3 to get 1, and we can do 15 divided by 3 to get 5. And that's how we were supposed to do number 20. So, like I said, your study guide will only have 19 questions, not 20. There was an error that I just now caught with what would have been number 10, simply because I don't think that's supposed to say 13. I think it's supposed to say 1/3. So, an error, but that just means one less question for you. So, a reminder, if you didn't do very well on the study guide, you need to make some time later today and go through and either watch the rest of this video again or try this study guide again and see if you can correct your mistake. But tomorrow is going to be our end of unit test. It's going to be the end of unit 2, and we'll be moving on to more complicated versions of ratios. So, good luck.